JDev is back at it, here to give everyone another Walking Dead Season 11 episode review video. Before I get into that, though, pretty important, I, of course, was able to watch this episode early on the Amazon Prime AMC channel, so if you're not caught up to the point where I am rewatching or watching The Walking Dead, or you're just not entirely sure, then you definitely need to take the initiative and pay attention to the episode's title, which, of course, I'll mention as well as put in the description for you. If that happens to be the case and you're not caught up, it would be my recommendation that you don't watch this video any further to avoid any potential spoilers. Also, make sure that you're interacting with me in the comments section, especially if you took the time to watch this review. Let me know what you thought of my review. Honest opinion, that's fine. And, of course, what you thought of this episode of The Walking Dead. And if you're not already, please consider subscribing to the channel. I love discussing The Walking Dead. It's probably my strongest subject on this channel. I would love more people to discuss it with. I try to put these reviews out as soon as I can. I don't get the episodes on the Amazon AMC channel until 2 o'clock in the morning. Actually, technically, I think it's 2:01 in the morning. So I try to get them up as soon as possible. I know it gets really late at that point. I know a YouTuber who's awesome, by the way, Movie Idol. I think he gets them at 1 o'clock in the morning. It might even be midnight. So I try to be the first one. Obviously, a YouTuber like him is most likely going to beat me every time, but I love discussing The Walking Dead, and I want more of you to discuss it with. So that would all be greatly appreciated. This will be The Walking Dead Season 11, Part 2, Episode 13. The title of this episode is called Warlords. And this will be my review reaction recap after just finishing watching the episode. Episode starts off with Elijah and Marco, and they're shooting walkers with arrows. And we see Lydia exit the hilltop, and she is going to the Commonwealth. She's making the decision to leave just like Diane did. And then someone they don't know, but is somebody that's from the Commonwealth, shows up on a horse. And this person's been wounded. They find out he's been shot, and he eventually dies and gives Lydia something. Like a map. Now, Lydia decides to help the people at the hilltop before she makes her journey to the Commonwealth. Maggie, Elijah, and Lydia decide to go on a run. Before they leave, Maggie actually leaves Herschel behind and tells him to hold down the fort. There's not many people there to babysit Herschel, though. I don't know if that's such a wise decision. At least Marco's back, though, in this episode. It's been a while since we've seen Marco. I don't even remember the last time. Hopefully we'll see Discount Glenn, wherever the hell he went. Was it Cal? I don't know what happened to Cal, but anyway, Maggie on the drive to wherever they're going talks about living on the farm before everything went to shit. How some developers kept coming to try to buy Herschel's farm, and this is her daddy, Herschel, and he said no. And then they'd leave food on their porch, and they purposely wouldn't eat any of it, Herschel, Maggie, and the whole Green family, just to show them that we don't need your help. And then eventually their situation got better, and they didn't even need help anymore, and they didn't want to eat the food because then it would show that they were in need. And then they run into some Commonwealth soldiers on the road, and they have already been turned. They're already walkers. They're walking like walkers. So Maggie, Maggie, Elijah, and Lydia take care of them and kill them. And then they see Aaron coming towards them, yelling, "Hey." Then they go to 1 week ago at the Commonwealth with Aaron going to church, and of course the sermon is led by, now again, Father Gabriel. It's just been Gabriel for a while, but it's back to being Father Gabriel apparently. And he talks about how all of them have sinned during this time period. Aaron says Gabriel looks happy. And then Aaron talks about giving a group of about 40 people who are on the outskirts of Virginia some help, letting them, try to get them into the Commonwealth. And he obviously needs some help. So they have this character, I believe his name is Toby Carlson, who wants to organize this. And he's a loose cannon. He was actually, I don't remember what the actor's name is, but he played Roy Petty on Ozark seasons 1 and 2. Was he in season 3? I think it was just seasons 1 and 2. Didn't like his character on Ozark, but he seems has a lot more personality in this Walking Dead episode that he's in. But he decides to go, and then they take this other character from the take the Commonwealth with them. So it's 4 people, and they go to this building where this group of people of about 40 are settled, and they have some food, and they have like army packets of meat, or is it chicken? I don't remember what it was specifically, but they said we have more if you want it, if we could just talk to somebody. So then somebody eventually comes out, and then of course they give them the line of, well, I need your weapons. Of course, that's what always happens, especially in this world. So they do hand over their weapons, and then this character looks at Aaron's arm and says, well, you gonna give me your arm? He's like, yeah, it's kind of hard to get off. So aside from Aaron's arm, they hand over their weapons. And then they run into this person that appears to be the leader of the group. And they say the Commonwealth is a bit like the old world, with about 50,000 people living there. Now, I don't even see anything close to 50,000 people. So they need to have some sort of event where there's just a stadium full of people, in my opinion. And then the leader actually threatens this Toby character. He has a collection of skulls on shelves, kind of like the governor did with the heads in the fish tanks. And he said that's a bunch of people that have did him wrong, and he's going to do him wrong if he won't tell him where the Commonwealth is. And then this Toby character all of a sudden goes special agent and kills the 2 people that were in the room that were kind of being bodyguards for their, I don't know, they didn't give the leader a name, at least at this point that I recall. And he shoots and injures this leader character, and they were actually going to let them go as long as they didn't come back, because Aaron said, why would we want to do anything to you? We were giving you guys food. You were surviving because of this. Like, Aaron and Gabriel had good intentions for this, but this Toby character is he's been playing a different angle here. And so Aaron and Gabriel are, of course, pissed. And when we see a flashback with Toby talking and speaking with Lance Hornsby, and this was all done by Lance Hornsby. Something about this group may have taken weapons or something like that, and he wants something done about it. And then we find out from Lance Hornsby that Toby is actually a retired CIA assassin of sorts. But he said he was retired, but then he eventually agrees to do it. And Lance recommends that he take Gabriel and Aaron along as well, or actually call them Stokes, because that's Gabriel's last name. And then so Toby, after asking the leader where the weapons are, and he wasn't giving them anything, he does indeed shoot and kill this leader of the Warlords, I guess they're called. And then they go outside, because I think somebody's coming. And Aaron actually kills one of the Commonwealth soldiers because he's had enough. And then Toby's about to shoot and kill Aaron, but he's out of bullets. And then Aaron hears 2 Commonwealth soldiers come, and he runs off. So that's how he met Maggie in the port. And that's actually where they go to next. Well, actually, first, when Toby goes back into this building, Gabriel's gone, and the Commonwealth soldier that was, because he had handcuffed Gabriel, and Gabriel's gone, and this Commonwealth soldier was killed. So I'm not sure how Gabriel did that, but it was interesting. And then, of course, it's back to the present time with Aaron talking to Maggie, Lydia, and Elijah. And the guy on the horse was actually the other guy that went with them. I don't remember his name. They said it. I wasn't thinking that he was even going to be anything. But he gave them a map. He gave Lydia a map. And he had said it was from Aaron, or maybe he gave it to Maggie when Maggie showed up. But we find out it's actually from Negan. So Negan returns in this episode. Yay. Now this, remember, there's been a time jump. It's been like a month or 2 since the episode where Negan left Maggie. So something's changed. But Negan was actually a part of this group. And he's with this one character that we saw in the trailer. I don't believe they named her. But he tells him about the hilltop, this character that was on the horse. And he tells this character to tell Maggie Gabriel and Aaron are in trouble. And then, of course, Negan is with this unnamed character. And Negan and his friends are the ones who actually helped Father Gabriel escape. So it was Negan. And Gabriel was all happy. He's like, Gabes. It was great. Negan is so awesome now. And then And Toby is still trying to figure out where these weapons are. So he has a bunch of this group's members on the roof, and he's threatening them, like, where are the weapons? And they say, I don't know. So he kicks them to a long fall to their death, and then he kicks the next person, and everybody, he kicks like 6 or 7 of these people off the roof to their death. And Negan is talking with Gabriel and all the members of this community that are hidden in a room about where are these weapons. Like, Gabriel thinks there are weapons, and Negan's like, no, there's no weapons. I don't know of any weapons. So then Negan's friend gives the rest of this, or the rest of the members of the group, a pep talk of sorts, about how, this one character that was the leader wasn't the leader the whole time, and it was them that held themselves together. So that was that. And then we see that Maggie, Aaron, Elijah, and Lydia have also arrived at this building as the episode ends. So pretty crazy episode. I didn't expect this Carlson or Toby, whatever the hell they want to call him, his character to be so freaking like awesome. I sense he won't be around long. He'll probably die in the next episode, I'm guessing. But it was a pretty crazy episode. I'm glad that Negan's back. Every time Negan's in an episode, I just like the episode more. Unfortunately, there was no Daryl and Carol in this episode, but it's okay. Because I like me some Negan. And obviously the news that Maggie and Negan are going to have their own spin-off show, which is going to be fucking phenomenal. And it might even be better than The Walking Dead. I just have a hunch that it's going to be really different and really fucking awesome. So I'm going to give this episode a score of 9.1 out of 10. I was expecting a little bit better of an episode, but I wasn't expecting what we got. Even though there were some characters that I didn't know their names, I really enjoyed the episode as a whole. And I'm going to give the character of the episode to this Toby Carlson character. I think I'm getting his name right. If I'm not, I apologize. Correct me in the comment section. It's late. So, you've heard what I have to say. Now, of course, like I'd mentioned at the beginning of the video, that I record about an hour or two before I do the actual talking about the episode. If you're a fan of The Walking Dead, or you like Fear the Walking Dead, or you're just a Walking Dead fanatic like I am, or if you want to help me out with the YouTube algorithm, make sure you smash that like button. If there's anybody that you want to share this with, or if you want to put this on any of your social media platforms, by all means do so. I don't mind, but I'm not asking you to do that. Make sure that you sound off in the comment section about what your thoughts are on my review and this episode of The Walking Dead. Who would you give the character of the episode to? I thought about giving it to Aaron. I almost did. And last but certainly not least, don't forget to hit that sub button, subscribe to the channel, join the team, show your damn support to be a part of something special, and JDev will return.